amazing crochet family. I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, Lady Simone, and we are back with another all over the place crochet broadcast. My, have I missed y'all. Listen, I am going to let let the live get going a little bit before I get started, because I just clicked the live button. And like I always say, I'm live on Wednesdays at 6. So I know sometimes a lot of people, know that I come a little after 6. So, if you are joining the live, welcome to our Wednesday crochet and chat lives. Y'all, I'm so excited this week. I am excited because somehow y'all didn't remind me last week. I'm not gonna blame y'all. Somehow I forgot last week because I was ripping and running, doing a lot of stuff. And listen, hello. So Unicornish, how are you? Last week it just slipped my mind. I was doing so much, and then when I remembered, it was the next day, and I was like, "It's no way! It's no way! How did I let a day slip?" But if y'all are anything like me, I'm telling y'all, I feel like the days are just kind of going and going and going. And sometimes, hello, Malibu Maddie. Sometimes I get kind of caught up and I'm like, what happened to the day? What day is it? I'm asking my kids, like, is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Like, what day is it? So today, though, my baby boy was like, Ma, you got to go live today. It's Wednesday. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to forget today. But on this live, I am going to be finishing off a hat. I want to show y'all because this is so cool. I'm going to turn it. I always crochet on the opposite side, so I'm going to turn the hat around. But I am going to finish this up. This is just a slight ruffle, a nice little slight ruffle hat. And I have froze for a little bit. I'm here. So I'm going to finish the ruffle on this as we are chatting today. Share a little other things with y'all. But first, before we even get into it, y'all, how is the weather? Because I'm on the East Coast and they are saying that we are expecting some cold weather. So we're getting prepared. I'm not freaking out or anything. I'm excited actually because listen, if we do get some snow, if we do get some ice, whatever, guess what? Crochet is the best hobby. Snowy today, so Unicornish. Okay, so did you get to crochet some things, or do you live where it snows and y'all can still move around? Because I'm in the South, and listen, when it snows, it's almost like it's like we don't know what to do. And I don't know how to drive in the snow, and it's like we're stuck. We're looking at each other like, what happened? What's this? Where did this come from? What do we do? So to me, snow days, and I don't like the ice, but if it gets there, those are great days to crochet because all of my hobbies that I do, from reading to crocheting and stuff, those are great snow days type activities. So I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. But I'm going to be working on this. I want to show y'all what I've been working on because I did another all over the place crochet hat. And if you are watching the live now or going to be on the replay, y'all, tell me what y'all think about this hat. Yes, I finished the hat today. See, listen, snow, crocheting, you could get so much done. I can imagine it's so peaceful. This is the hat that I finished today. And I'm going to show her here. It is I'm kind of I think I'm going to do a 3-hat lineup in this. And I am going to do it kind of like more of a Valentine theme, but I'm going to show y'all the all over the placeness of this hat. So this is like the ruffles here. Happy New Year, Queen. Happy New Year, Miss Angie. How are you? Happy New Year. And this is the hat that I did today, y'all. Look at this. Check out the details. Okay. So we have our granny square because like I told y'all, if you have not checked out the video, I explained everything about the all over the place hat. So this is one that I'm doing that's more so like on a Valentine theme. So I have like a brooch here. It's like a flower. And then we have the bow here. Let me see if I can fix it. It's kind of sticking up, y'all. So we have that square that looks like that. And I went with gold pins on this one. And look here. We have like a little kissy kiss with some, thank you so much. And we have like some pearls in the gold here with the little details here. I put some little brooches there. And then the last square, which all of my squares on the hats that I do will have my Lady of Crochet pin. So I have the Lady of Crochet pin on here. I have a little details here and some of the little thing here. So that is this hat. So I am excited to build on the all over the place hat. I am so excited. I love your pin. Thank you. I am so happy to. It just kind of shows, like I said in the video before when I explained all over the place crochet hats. It's almost like for me, this is like the things that I'm thinking about. And one thing that I like, everything can be removable and you can use it on other things if you wanted just a solid hat. But for the most part, like I really enjoy making this and you can turn it any way and you still have like a cute hat. Like, and it's like this cute ruffle. The ruffles, anybody that knows, if you have been following the channel and y'all know how crazy I go over some ruffles because listen, I love a good ruffle. But when I was making the all over the place crochet hats, y'all, I was like, you know what? I don't want to overdo it with the ruffles, but I want like a slight nice ruffle. And that's kind of like the ending thing that I came up with. I'm gonna keep her right there because I may show her again, y'all. I was so proud of her. But I'm working on this green and pink theme, which I have it inside out, y'all. When I'm gonna be crocheting with it today as we chat. But my daughter was like, "Mom, this gives me more of a wicked feel," and I was like, that's not a bad assumption. Like it does kind of give me a wicked feel. So I don't know which direction I'm going to go in this. I got an idea. I got an idea, but this will eventually be another all over the place crochet hats. This will be another all over the place one. So I'm just going to be working on, let me see now. Two more rows. I have to do two more rows of ruffles for this hat. So as we are chatting, answering questions, because we do have questions tonight, let me go ahead and get that together, y'all. Let me go ahead and get that together because why didn't I have it together? As we are doing that, I'm hoping to finish at least a couple of rounds tonight so I can finish at least the base of that hat. And one thing while I'm getting my questions together, one thing that I found interesting, y'all, as I was building up on the crochet hat, when I was working on it, I realized that I frogged so much, like trying to figure out which pattern, not only that you like, but a pattern that is super versatile. It takes a lot because everybody have their own way, and I say this a lot with crochet. One thing with crochet that I find is that not everyone is going to use the same hook. Even if we're doing a hat, you may feel more comfortable with a 6 millimeter versus a 5.5 or a 5. And I realized that I had to find out what specifically worked for me, how it works up for all of the hats so that I can have that consistency. And then it worked with my tension and everything. And y'all, I just got into that space. And being in that space is such a beautiful thing because now I feel like I have my foundation. And I think that when it comes to crochet, when you're building up something or trying to make something, long as you have a solid foundation, you can work anything from around it. So that's one thing that I wanted to share, y'all. I feel like I have found my foundation when it comes to the all over the place crochet hat. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, Javerlyn Belk. Hello, how are you doing today? Like, let me know how the weather is. Is the weather? Are y'all expecting some snow? What are y'all expecting? Because we know this is going to be some good crochet weather. Once you know your combination, you can really get to make stuff. Yes, 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 yes. And that's what I actually enjoy about, even though the frogging sometimes can be like, but it's a learning lesson. But then you also find the combination that works for you, and you're like this. Now, one thing I am going to do, because I have like a bin full of hats that I completed, and I'm thinking about making it a series on the channel showing that I'm going to redo those hats. So a lot of the things that I have that I took for me, I think a while back when I did a show, I am going to be redoing them because I love the foundation, the combination that I have now. And it's going to be all over the place. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so we're going to pick our first question. Let me see. I was trying to make sure I have myself up here, y'all, but I don't see me on this live. Let me see. I'm going to get me together right here so that I can see this. There we go. Okay, so let's get our first question of tonight. Okay, let me see. We are expecting a blizzard this Saturday into Sunday and possibly a blizzard. Oh my goodness, Miss Angie. I hope that y'all are safe. Y'all are warm and y'all have a good time in the blizzard, whether you want to go out or you want to stay in a crochet. I'm with either one because any little bit of snow that my kids see, I know they are going to be running for the door. Any little bit of snow. Okay, so if yarn had flavors like ice cream, what flavor would your favorite skein be? Oh, I love it, love it, love it. I love that question. I think that's a good question to start today, y'all. So let me know in the comments, y'all. If yarn were flavors of ice cream, what flavor would it be? And of course, I'm going to start, y'all, and y'all do not laugh. Please do not laugh because I have such an old soul, is what people would say, because my ice cream of choice is butter pecan. I am a butter pecan girly. Like, I love butter pecan. When we go get ice cream, because my family love ice cream a lot. And I'm kind of like sometimesy, but when I go to get ice cream, old fashioned butter pecan, listen, just go ahead and give me. And then I'm a cake cone girly. So it's like I have to have a cake cone, and I only can do the max scoops that I can do is 2 scoops. 2 scoops of butter pecan. And that's it. I can't go over. I can't do anything, more. So I will have a butter pecan skein of yarn. If I could name any skein off of some ice cream. Let me know, y'all. I think that's a good question. What kind of skein of yarn would yours be if it was based off of ice cream? Oh, Neapolitan, yes. Okay, so I'm weird with, like, I love how Neapolitan looks, but I never really got into Neapolitan or like it that much because what always threw me off was the strawberries. I love strawberries, but I'm not a big fan of strawberry ice cream. And then I'm not a big fan of having all of them mixed. So I was just like, but I love the way it looks though. And I can imagine a good skein of yarn that looks like Neapolitan. Ooh, nice. Because butter pecan, thinking about it, butter pecan would probably have to be like what? Uh, a beigeish color yarn or off-white with little specks. So I would think like little brown flecks in it to kind of go with the pecan. So I'll have kind of like a boring one. At least Neapolitan is like a nice colored one. Uh-oh, y'all. This yarn, I had to frog the hat because I had it already, and I did this base similar to like a how did I do it? A bucket hat base. So I did it and I had to frog it because I didn't like it. So if this get tangled, y'all, you already know we're gonna cut it and we're gonna just go on because I can't let I can't. I'm trying. I am present. LOL. How are you today? Hello, Sandy. I am good. How are you? Are you staying warm? Yes, yes, yes. So that was our first question. Let's see what we have, y'all. And I would like to say, too, before we start with the second question, listen, it is such an honor for me to sit here and be able to go live and just talk about my passion of crochet. And I hope y'all are crocheting along, or even if y'all are just listening, enjoying the questions and just chatting back with me, I am honored. I am so grateful. And I want y'all to know that I'm so grateful for each and every one of y'all just to sit here and want to talk and chat with me. And if we get some snow, y'all, that's going to kind of like, I may have to go live again. Like, listen, let's talk in the snow. Oh, yes, it's cold outside. Miss Sandy said, yes, it is cold. I am very much prepared. And that's a blessing. A blessing to be able to be prepared is a thing. So I'm like ready. It's like, Whew, you are most well. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all. I don't think some people understand sometimes how much they are appreciated. And I am so like grateful and thankful that y'all are just chatting with me. Okay, so our next question says, if you didn't crochet on January 1st, did the year even start? Okay, so I'm having a mixture of, there's a lot of different questions in here because some of these were from my New Year thing when I put some New Year's questions in here. So let's just say, if you didn't crochet January 1st, did your new year even start? And for me, yes, I think I crocheted. If I'm not mistaken, I crocheted right into the new year. So mine started immediately. So I guess a good question would be, what year, if you, I mean, what date did your new year start, if it was based off of when did you start crocheting? I think that would be a cool one. Mine would be January 1st because we were watching a lot of movies. I think we got to hang out a lot as a family. And you know, the best thing that you can do when you're hanging out watching movies is crocheting. Like, that is such the easiest way to get some stuff done. At least for me. At least for me. I find that that's easy because I got I think we were watching, I can't remember what's the name of the movie, but we were watching a movie and I was able to get a whole hat done while we were watching a movie. And I was like, Now in a movie theater, I know I wouldn't be able to crochet that much unless I had like a light around my neck, and that would be kind of distracting for people in the theater. I can imagine sitting there crocheting. But my new year would definitely have started based on when I started crocheting into the new year. It would be January 1st for me. That would be when my new year started. And listen, even if y'all are answering the questions for yourself to yourself because y'all don't want to type it in, that's fine too. It's all about let's having some conversation, like, because y'all know I'm gonna talk. One thing I'm gonna do is talk. I'm gonna crochet and I'm gonna talk, but we know I'm gonna crochet a little more than we talk. I mean, I'm gonna talk a little more than we crochet, not the opposite, because y'all, I be trying to get a lot done, but sometimes I just enjoy being here and talking. So let's get our next question and put this last double crochet right there before we open up the next one, y'all. Let's see. Our next question is um oh, this is not even a question. I think this is more of a hot take, y'all. I didn't crochet immediately this year, but I am sticking to my exercise routine, so I'm pretty proud of that. LOL. That crochet keeps me sitting so much. You know what? That is so true. And First of all, y'all, we are going to stop right here. And for So Unicornish, we're going to give her a hand of applause. Because yes, yes, yes. Me and my family has this thing when someone do something, be like, yeah. So I have to give that to you, because to sit and be committed to get up and be committed, not sit and be committed. To get up and be committed to your workout routine, I'm gonna tell you something. That's a lot of commitment. So congratulations. Keep going. Keep going. And crocheting does do something to where you're sitting a lot, and before you know it, it's like, goodness, I wanted to do this, but I didn't get this because I'm trying to finish this last stitch. LOL, thank you. It's hard. It is. It's, some people think like, oh, if you're home, you got a little time. You just listen. It takes a lot to get up and do some exercise, and then I'm not gonna make an excuse, because I will pour out an excuse, but it's no excuse for myself. But I'm telling you, it does take a lot of commitment. It really does. So I am so very proud of you. I want you to know that, because you've been staying committed. Keep going, because I understand the work that it takes to get up and stick to a exercise routine. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so we have a hot take, y'all. It says buying yarn is a hobby, crocheting is optional. That is a cute hot take, but I would say early on, I'm going to say early on in the beginning, I remember when I first was building up my yarn collection and so excited. Before, I guess I could say, before I had a direction of where I was going, y'all, I will honestly say that buying yarn was so exciting for me. It was like, oh yes, I gotta stack this. I want to have this in my stash. And now that I have matured a little bit into my crochet, and I think into my craft, to where I now know where I want to take my crochet and what I want to build my crochet off. Now the collecting the yarn part is not a big thing to me. Now it's all about creating, and what can I create? How can I actually, express what's in my head outwardly and have that moving art? Because I look at my crochet now as art, especially with all over the place, because that is typically how I'm feeling. And I will share this too, because I think this is a beautiful thing too. I wanted to share that we're all over the place. I always say we're on an all over the place crochet broadcast, because you don't know what you're going to get. We're going to talk a little bit, we're going to crochet a little bit, and you may see a hat, you may see a stuffed animal. It's just a little all over the place. But one thing for me, why the all over the place crochet broadcast and just crochet in general is so important, is because I grew up in a space to where you had to kind of fit in a box. And to think outside of that box made you an issue. And I made a commitment to myself to not make anything that I do an issue, just to be. And in the form of just being, for me, is one of those things to where I'm like, listen, if I want to wear something that may not match with something, or that someone may think like, oh, that's not for me, that's okay. But I'm not going to dumb down my creativity or the things that I love because it doesn't fit in other people's box. So when I say I'm all over the place, or when we're chatting 1 minute about one thing and we may be talking another about something else, it means so, so much to me. So much to me. So that's another reason why I say when I come live, thank you. Can I see the purple hat behind you? Yes, I'll show that purple hat. And that is one thing too, when I say, sorry, I got a little knot, y'all. Uh-oh. That is one thing too of why being all over the place is so important to me. And when I say this is a safe space, because I want everyone to come in and enjoy who they are, love who you are. Don't worry about what anybody else think. And if you are all over the place, listen, it's okay. Let's see if I can grab this hat here. Uh, Reaching. We are reaching. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So this is another all over the place crochet hat that I did. And this one, it doesn't have the I have one that's a book theme, but I don't have it with me. But this purple one here, and these are the squares on this one. And that one is just a solid gray and black square. We have this square right here with my pin on it. Thank you so much. And then we have this pin with just like a nice little cute little bow on it. This one doesn't have a lot of stuff going on, but I really had enjoyed doing this one, especially with the colors. I don't know. I love purple. I love black, but I really think the gold on this one. Oh, this one has, you can kind of see this here too, like a little charm here. So that's that one. I really enjoyed making that one. One of my favorites, y'all. I don't have it. I can't reach it. I wish I could show you, but it's on my I think it's on a, put this back. I'm sorry. I think it's on a short, but one of my favorite is a brown dean one that have like book pins on it. That's my favorite. That's my special hat. And now I'm working on one too, because I'm gonna show y'all this. This hat right here, it's a little short in the base because it's for my daughter. But this one, I'm going to, embellish and put everything on it. And I'll do a short for it. But this one is going to be for my daughter, because she saw this one and was like, oh, I want, that one. And I already made the base. I just have to, do it up for her. So I am actually having a very good time. Wait a minute. I am actually having a very good time making the all over the place crochet hats. Like, I am having a good time. And thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so, so much. I really put my heart in it, and I always say it's kind of like showing me and my craziness all on a hat. I'm excited about it though. Let's pick another question, y'all. One skull aura says $100. Oh, I have, I said my first, one of the first ones that I'm going to actually put on is going to be my Valentine, because I want to do like 2 or 3 hats in this collection. So I am going to post them on Etsy. So I'm excited about that. So that one is going to be an Etsy, because my daughter was like, Ma, I want that hat. And I'm like, you're going to want everything that I make. Do you get a lot of requests from family for crochet items? Yes, I really do. And for the most part, I can feel a lot of the requests. There is one that I have a deadline for, because I always tell them, I'm like, listen, I can get it done, but you can't give me a deadline. That's the only thing. Like, and when I don't have a deadline, I work so much quicker. But if I have a deadline, it seems like it slows me up. But I have some hats I have to send my aunt, and I made her 3 hats. So I have to box it up to send it to her. And I had those hats finished for going on a couple of days now. I just have to mail them. But my nephew, he has a birthday coming up, and deadlines are stressful. Yes, they are. And I find, for me, deadlines make me not even want to work on a project. It's almost like, because I think I'm more of a procrastinator, and I don't like that word, but I'm one of those people that work at the last minute. So when I get a deadline, even if I have a long time to do something, I'm still waiting closer to the end to get it finished. I don't know why. I always say, when I was in college, I would do that with my papers, and I'm like, hey, I work better that way. But I will always do very well, but it's so stressful. But my nephew has a birthday in February, and he wants me to make a lightsaber from Star Wars, and he wants me to make him some nunchucks. So that's the latest request that I have. And then I have an aunt, y'all. I love her. I love her with everything in me. But listen, my aunt want me to make everything, like everything she sees. She's like, I want that, I want that, I want that, and I'm like, oh. But this is the next question. What's your comfort project you always come back to when you don't know what to make? That's a nice question. I can answer that like the back of my hand, because my comfort is a granny square. And y'all, I am in love with granny squares. And I know it's not for everybody, because some people can't stand a granny square. I am absolutely in love with granny squares. And I find that, oh, hats. So Unicorn, it says hats. Yes, hats are definitely that comfort. Like, I don't know, it just make you feel good too. Like, you already know the pattern. You don't have to overthink about it or try to figure anything else out about it. You could just really crochet. So hats are a good one too. It's a great comfort project. But a good granny square is definitely a comfort project for me. And I would honestly say that's one of the reasons why I decided when I wanted to do like all over the place crochet hats. That was another reason why I was like, hey, let's put some granny squares on it, because granny squares mixed with ruffles, like everything got a purpose. Those are all my favorites. So I'm like, yes, I think we're in there. I think it's going to be good. So blankets. Oh, Miss Angie says blanket. That's a good comfort one. Look, the way this weather is, Miss Angie, we're going to need a lot of blankets. The way it is. Can you imagine like cozying up under a crochet blanket in this weather, y'all? I'm going to have to get my yarn. Oh, that's not the piece. And I'm going to have to, y'all, it's a little. Oh, there we go. We got my center pull, because I look for that center pull. I'm going to have to connect this little bit, because this one is almost over. But yes, blankets are definitely amazing. And I tie my yarn like this, y'all. I tie it. Not the best at time, because I do this number here, and you tighten it, and it's not coming unloose. And all you got to do is cut the 2 pieces. But don't be like me and cut all that off. I could have did it better, but listen. And that's it. And now you have nice connected yarn. Before I start picking that back up, let's ask another question. I hope y'all are having a good time. And I hope y'all are having a beautiful day. How was y'all day? Like my day, I had a pretty good day. All the days this weekend. Oh, let me say this before see y'all, I'm telling you all over the place, because a thought just came. This weekend was my first cousin's wedding. Well, last weekend was my first cousin's wedding, so we had to travel to go to the wedding. This was our first wedding of the year, the first wedding in a long time, y'all. And it was a whole bunch of family. We all had to wear like browns. We had colors and shades of brown. It was beautiful. It was amazing. When I say it was so nice just to be in the presence of family and everybody just loving on each other. And the wedding was beautiful. So congratulations to my cousin Vanessa and Jordan. I want to say my little cousin because she will always be my little cousin. I love her with everything in me. So congratulations to her. Like they had such, when I say a beautiful wedding, it was just so beautiful. The music was good. Everything was just beautiful. Okay, so the question, because y'all, I'll be like talking about the wedding, like, oh, it's so amazing. It was though. Okay, that was a hot take. That was like one of those New Year's hot take. Let's see. The little one, I'm taking care, had another fun day dancing and playing with dolls. Oh, I don't want. Oh goodness. Okay, Miss Angie, my sweet spot is kids. I absolutely love kids. I have been in childcare since my before my kids were kids, and when my I mean born. Look, before my kids were kids, before my kids were born, and when they were born, because I wasn't in the area where I grew up in, I decided to go in childcare with them because I'm like, if they had to go in daycare, I'm going to work in daycare. And I had many years as they grew up, as they get into school. I did that for a long time. So I absolutely, when I say I love children, they have such the most purest sweetness about them. I'm telling you, I would just sit down sometimes in the middle of the floor just to be around the children, and they just rejuvenate you. It just feels so good. You know, they are amazing, amazing. I love children. So I know you had a beautiful day. Yarn, okay, this is another hot take. Yarn hoarding is just future creativity. Hmm. What y'all think about that? Is yarn hoarding future creativity? For me, I can say, yeah, I can kind of agree with that because I think when I was around all of my yarn and seeing all of my yarn all the time, you do get creative. It's like one of those things to where you're seeing it and you're wondering, like, oh, okay, what can I make with this? But one thing I would say too, and I don't know if y'all can agree with this, but it seems like when you have a lot of yarn, you still never have the yarn that you need for a project. Like you're sitting there like, or enough of the yarn you need for a project, because I know I have to do the lifesaver, for instance. And it's almost like the yarn that I'm gonna need is not gonna be in my yarn stash. And I got a lot of yarn. It's like I'm not gonna have enough of what I need. Yes, my stash is almost gone now. See, oh, so unicornish, that's amazing. Because that was something I was talking about last year. And y'all, please don't hold that to me because I know last year I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bust through my yarn stash. That did not work like that. Like I got a lot done and I used a lot of my yarn, but it was not as easy as I was thinking, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. Uh-oh, we got a little hiccup here. Wait a minute, y'all. Uh-oh. Something is tangled, which my yarn is kind of like, I'm sorry, y'all. Know how to tingleness go. I don't know why it's trying to show out on live because listen, a tangle set. I don't know what's going. We have a yarn vomit going on, y'all. I'm sorry. It is throwing me. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're a little tangled up here, but yeah. Um, but those scrap balls are still hanging around here. See, a lot of scrap balls, just like this one I'm using, I call it boneless yarn because look at it. Look at all this boneless yarn. And sometimes when you're crocheting with it, goes all over the place. It gets tangled up and it just, I'm trying. I say, you know what? I'm going to work with it. There's a lot of yarn that I need to work through, but when I'm working on, like when I have a bigger project, it seems like I always have to go get more. Then that adds leftover yarn. So it's like your stash doesn't get busted down. You just keep adding and adding and adding. But this year I am excited about truly going through my yarn and trying to get through it. I can see as art in vintage. You can cake up scraps and it become new cake of yarn. Yes, yes, Miss Angie, the vintage yarn. Oh my goodness. I was on one of Miss Angie's lives and they were doing like a the most unique, the unique. It was like selling some yarn and stuff. I can't Miss Angie help me out if I'm saying it wrong, but I was able to get some vintage yarn and it was vintage to me. I think the lot said it was, I can't remember. I'm not even going to, it was, it was some years back because it was a green and a black and it was red heart. And I still have, I can't put my hand on it. I think I used I had a red, no, I had pink, green, and black. I used the green and I kept the rose in black. And I said I'm going to keep it in my stash because if I'm not mistaken, it said the 90s was the lot on that yarn that I got. And man, it made my heart just like, I was so happy. I think I made a video about it, but this was like a while back. I made a video about that yarn and I was so, I think I got it from you, Miss Angie. It was, y'all, I am like, I tell my kids all the time, nostalgia. Ooh, I'm one of those people like, hey, I like things that I can place back in time because it's such a beautiful thing to see how things were. And then you can imagine the stories from the hands that were making things. Hello, hello, Asia's handmade items. How you doing tonight? Look, we're just sitting here crocheting and chatting and enjoying the fact that everybody is together. We are safe, being able to sit here and crochet and talk about what we love. That's what it is. Yes, you did, girl. See, yes, you did. I knew. I can't really remember exactly because my memory kind of goes in and out. So I apologize, but I'm telling you, I still have it. It's like it's on the bottom of my yarn stash. Hi there's everyone in the hi there to everyone in the chat. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Look at there. Hello, hello, Lisa. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all, we having a good little time. Let's get another question going. I hope this is a question, not a hot take, because I mix these things up. I just be throwing everything in there like, oh, this would be good to talk about. Let's see. If yarn could magically appear in your stash right now, what would it be? I know that one for me. Go ahead, magically appear that red heart granny square yarn. Y'all, I love that yarn. The red heart granny square yarn has to be hands down my favorite yarn. And the crazy thing is I do not use it for granny squares. I just like the patterns on that yarn. And it's a thicker weight for yarn, so I really love that too. The quality seems good. I am from Buffalo, New York. Oh, hello from Buffalo, New York. Okay, Buffalo, how is the weather? How is the weather? Are y'all I know y'all looking forward to some stuff this weekend. Red Heart Retro Stripes. Ooh. So, Red Heart Retro Stripes. If it could magically appear in your stash, what yarn would it be? Mine would be Red Heart Granny Square. So I know some people didn't like that yarn, but I love that yarn. Red Heart Retro Stripes. I may need to go ahead. I think I need to I want to get some yarn that's kind of like the variegated and that's probably why I like the Red Heart Granny Square so much. But I need to try more variegated type yarn. Yeah, we got snow in Buffalo. Yes, snow. Listen, I have first cousins. My uncle used to live there. They passed last year. Him and my aunt passed days apart last year. And they stayed in Rochester, New York. And my cousin, we talk, I text her a lot just to check in and see how they're doing. So she tells me a lot about their weather there. I'm not sure how far is Buffalo and Rochester, y'all. I'm not good with the, geographical stuff. But yes, as a little girl, my dad back in the day, I remember one of the things that I do remember as a child was us taking trips to Rochester, New York. And we are a little country girl. Here I am, country baby from South Carolina, dirt roads, So seeing a big city was like, what? First of all, the drive was crazy long, but yes, my cousins are from Rochester, New York. I have yarn from AC Moore. What? Now, see, that's awesome. I can, Miss Angie, I know you probably have the most amazing yarn stash ever. Can you imagine like having some nice old school yarn and making a like, if all your yarn had lots in the 90s, you can make like a 90s theme yarn blanket because it's like, nah, all this yarn was made back in the 90s. I would say something like that. That would be me. I would tell people like, this blanket is because all the yarn was made from yarn that was made in the 90s. I crochet and loom knit. Awesome. I do not know how to loom knit. I think I seen it, but have not tried it. So you have the perfect weather, Miss Alyssa. You have the perfect weather for snow and crocheting. Listen, that's the great weather right there. Snowing and crocheting. Because if we get some snow this weekend, this crochet hook is going to be moving, moving, moving. Okay, y'all, let's get another question. Let's see. We're 41 minutes in because y'all know I'm here for an hour because then I have to go and get some other stuff done. So I have to keep up with the time, y'all, because y'all know I like to talk and we'll be up here talking and chatting. If your crochet hook could talk, what would it say about your crafting habits? Ooh, ooh, I think my crochet hook will probably tell me, girl, find another hook. Like, why you keep using me? And you have a whole bunch of my sisters and brothers on the shelf that you can use, but you keep picking me up. That's what my crochet hook. I think my crochet hook will be like, girl, I'm tired. I am tired of you keep picking me because y'all, I do have a favorite crochet hook. I don't know. I know I can't be the only one. I have a lot of different crochet hooks, but the clover, now I'm using a clover 5.5. The clover 5, 5.5, and 6, I know it's like, listen, find somebody else to do the work. Find somebody else. But I love my clovers. I really do love my clovers. Y'all, I can't believe this. We are 42 minutes in. Listen, and I'm almost done with the second round. Let me show y'all the hat. We are doing this hat here, filling out the ruffles. I have one more round of ruffles on this one, which is going to still be like a nice light ruffle. And I'm excited because y'all, even if I get just this little row done tonight and starting on the third row, that is a lot for me. Because I remember when I first started trying to go live and trying to crochet, I had such a hard time. Like, I could not crochet and talk at the same time. It was taking me, but now I feel like just in general, like when you just keep doing it and keep going and not worrying about like how things are, you're just doing it for the love and you're just figuring things out. You got to keep going when you're figuring it out. And I feel like I've gotten to the point, especially when I'm coming to do these lives, I've gotten to the point to where it's like, listen, I'm just talking and pouring my heart out to my peoples. Like, listen, we are just chatting and I'm able to be a little more relaxed. And then I realized like, oh, I can crochet and talk at the same time. So it's like I would tell people like, just keep going. Keep going. My hook would say, what's up? You can call me, you can call me no, you can't call me no more. Oh no, Miss Angie. Your hook is probably like, where you at? Where you at? Oh, but sometimes it's like crocheting. I find myself having to tell myself, like, you have to put the hook down. Like, I have to plan, like, hey, you got to do some other stuff. Because if it was up to me, my sister calls in the morning. I'm up super early and she's like, hey, what you doing? And sometimes I don't want to say, hey, I'm crocheting, but I get up before everybody else just so I can have that quietness just to crochet. But sometimes I do feel bad because she's like, hey, what you doing? And I'm like, hey, I'm crocheting. I know she'd be like, ain't that much crocheting in the world. But it is for me. Like, it's so peaceful in the mornings. So peaceful. So peaceful. So let's see. We got another question. Let's see what we got. Okay, we have if you could crochet anywhere in the world for a day, where are you stitching from? Oh, that's a good one. If you could crochet anywhere in the world, that sounds like a song I heard. Anywhere in the world, where are you going to be stitching? I have to think about that one. I know it's gonna be somewhere peaceful. Um, mm, I don't know. Anywhere in the world. Where y'all help me out. If you could crochet anywhere in the world for one day, where would you crochet? Mm, that's a good one. I don't know. Anywhere where a beach that's not too crowded. So something with the beach that's nice and peaceful. Was so unicorn and Sandy says in nature. Those are two good ones. Ooh, anywhere in the world. The crazy thing is, I would actually have some place that's a little secluded too. At home. Melissa says at home. Ooh, I think it would be someplace secluded with like a nice waterfall, like nice like I say, I'm a country girl, y'all. So a little bit of nature with some trees, a little waterfall, and like a little log cabin. I think that would be so peaceful. Like just sitting there crocheting and just enjoying and like not a whole bunch of people because believe it or not, I don't like a lot of big crowds. Like some people, when I tell people that, they're like, it's no way. Because when I go get my nails done, she's like, I cannot believe that you're not a person that likes to just be around people and just talk. I said, no, I am really a to myself type of person, y'all, believe it or not. And I know it's so crazy, but I just understand that my purpose is bigger than me being an introvert. So I'm like, listen, it's like kicking me like, hey, you got to get out and do this work. So I understand that, but really at heart, my little introverted heart will pick a cabin somewhere surrounded by nature, nice little waterfall, and just crochet and just have a nice little time. And I would say I would want my family around because I am big when it comes to family. You know, we can just be sitting there. Well, they can do their own thing. They probably be like, "Ma, I don't want to sit in nobody woods area with, I'm the country girl, but they're not. They are not outside people. Nice tropical islands where there's colors and humble hospitality. I know that's right. Humble hospitality. You can't listen. I don't know. Miss Angie, I may not want to leave because whoo, I can imagine that sounds like some beautiful people. That sounds like we gonna have I don't know if I'll even get some crochet done because I'll definitely be trying to talk to them about their island. They'll want to kick me off like you came here to crochet. You over here talking to the locals. That would be me because listen. Okay, let's see. Let's get another question. That's a good one though. Y'all had some good answers. Like, yes. Just somewhere peaceful and nice and filled with love. That just those are the things that kind of gets me. Okay, let's see. I think this is a hot take. Oh, this is a good one though. Okay, y'all. It says just one more roll is a lie. It is not the truth. I hate saying, listen, my little country girl heart again, I'm apologizing ahead of time. I do not like saying the word lie because we grew up where my mom was like, you cannot say that word. So if you hear me say you're storying or you're not telling the truth, y'all forgive me. But when you say just one more roll, you're not telling the truth. I agree. Because I'll sit here and say, hey, one more row and no good and well. I'm really in my head trying to finish whatever project that I'm doing. So just one more row is definitely not the truth. I think that is like a one hot take that is definitely true for me. Like, because that's almost like we'd be like, hey, I'll be there in a minute. And it's so funny. Just one more row, but many rows later. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It kind of reminds me of like my husband would be like, oh, he could not stand this, but it's so funny to me because he's like, yeah, um, he's like, how long do you have before this is finished or something? If I'm cooking, then it's like, so how much longer? So I can know if I have time to run out or do something, right? And I'm like, oh, well, it's not gonna take too much longer. I never give like a precise time, and it kicks. He's like, oh, but I'm like, I can't. There is no such thing as one more row. There ain't, Miss Angie. We all know that. Anybody who crochets is no, just like it's just like it is no such thing as that. That is the truth. Because I will one more row somebody in a minute. I'll be like, yeah, just give me one more or one more second. One more row goes right along with saying, yeah, give me one more second. Now we know how quick a second goes by, and we will say, give me one more second, and no good and well, it's gonna take a little minute. I think we got some time for another one. Let's see, y'all. I have to fill this back up. I have to fill it back up because we still got some good a good amount of questions and stuff in here, but I still like to fill it up. Let's see. What's this? Uh nah, that was like a hot take. Let's see if we can get a question. And that was from the New Year's. I wish I could take some of these out, but I fold them up, y'all, and I don't know what comes out when it comes out. So let's see. How many whips is too many? Oh, that's a good question. I think that's a good question. How many whips are too many whips? Mm. I would say for me, honestly, it can never be too many whips. I don't know what that face was, y'all. It can never be too many whips. Like, what? I know I will start something and then may have to come back to it, or I didn't understand it while I was doing, so it goes in the whip folder or the whip bin, and when I come back to it, listen, then I have to come back. So let's see. So Unicorn said, for me personally, I keep it at 3 whips. Oh, listen, that is amazing. 3 whips. That is, see, that's control. That is awesome. Me and my little all over the place heart. Can you imagine? Like, I'm all over the place. Sandy says speechless. I am all over the place. And listen, my whips, my whip band, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, but I am going to attack it. I am definitely going to attack it this year because I said I'm going to reuse a lot of that yarn. I may not finish the whip, but I may reuse it to start on another project. So I'm excited about actually doing that because I noticed I'm like, why is it just sitting there? Like, I will tell myself I'm coming back to it, and listen, I never get back to it. So I'm going to be a little better this year with, with my whips, but I have a lot. I know myself. I gotta stay strict on myself. That's awesome. That I should stay strict on myself, but I don't. I don't. I should, but I really don't. It's like sometimes that's why I had to say, you know what? I'm all over the place and it's okay. That's the part. I think I had to be real myself and tell myself, girl, you are all over the place. And listen, everything else is gonna be all over the place. So I tell people, I'm sorry, but listen, I always tell people though, one thing about me, what you see is what you get. I can't change it because for one thing, I'm the same way I was yesterday. I'm the same way that you saw me probably come tomorrow, and I'm gonna be the same way the next day. 3 is too much for me for crochet. Sewing, making dolls, and crafting, it adds up quick. I can imagine, Miss Angie, I can really imagine that adding up quickly, especially with having so many other hobbies. It's like your crochet room or your hobby room would be crazy. So I can understand that. I really enjoy finishing my projects so I don't start many at once. Miss Sandy, that's awesome. Yes, and that's the thing. That's why I find as I got a little more better in understanding which direction I wanted to go in crochet, I would say that I find that I started knowing what I want to do. My whips kind of went down, but I still have like a whip bin. Okay, so Unicorn said you probably learn more doing all those new projects though. And one thing that I learned about myself too, so Unicornish, that was and when it was a part of me saying, you know what, I'm owning who I am and how I learn. one thing that I learned about myself was that some things with crochet, I couldn't get it. And it was something as simple as learning how to, because I was going to do a video on this, learning how to chain two and still going around. I did not get that until a long time. Like I was crocheting for a while before I understood how to, especially when you're making a hat, I do the chain two method and then keep going. And knowing where to put that other stitch after you chain two and connect and everything, that took me a little minute. And I realized that I learned differently. And when like I homeschool my children, so I realized with homeschool, when you're homeschooling three kids, you understand that there's no one size fit all. Everybody learns differently. And I told myself it is okay that you learn different, and it is okay that you grasp something your way, but also understand there may be somebody else that's getting it that way too. So don't be afraid to say it or learn it that way or even share it, because that's the beautiful thing about crochet. It clicks when it clicks. And my whips have taught me that, because I could pick up a pattern, y'all, that I've been working on, and I could not understand that pattern. I let it sit to the wayside for a while, pick it back up, and it's like magic. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. It's because as I was crocheting, I fell in love with the process and learning as I go, to the point to where what was hard once before became easy because I continued to do it, and then I learned how to do it my way, or I learned it the way that I understand it. So that's why I think the beautiful thing about crochet too is that there's so many people that has so many different patterns out here, and everybody's like, oh my goodness, I can't understand this and I can't understand that from this person. It's okay. There's always, like I say, what when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. There's always somebody out there for you whenever it's your time to learn that thing, and you're going to be like, what? You understand it this way? How can I understand it so easy? It's just because we have the same way our learning thing. Y'all, I went down a rabbit hole, but it's such a true story for me, because I think that's why I have so many whips. It's because at first I'm like, okay, I get it this way, I learned it this way. And then I was so bad one time at trying to do things everybody else way instead of actually doing it my way. So once I let go of all of those things, I feel like I became a better crocheter. And one thing that I tell my kids all the time is about being confident in your work, being confident in who you are as just an individual. And I feel like once I became confident in my crochet, nobody can tell me nothing. It's like I'm all over the place, but it's still a good all over the place. Um, so true. Sandy says so. Yes, because you learn so much. Crochet teaches us so much, y'all. I think we could get one more question, because y'all, I went down that rabbit hole, but I had to say that because sometimes we think like there's something wrong with us, and it's not that. It's just that you have to figure out what works for you, and what works for you is not going to work for the next person or everybody else, and that's okay. That is a-okay. What's the most underrated crochet stitch in your opinion? I struggled to learn crochet, but I didn't give up. I got it exactly. And that's the thing when it comes to crochet. So unicornish, and I would say congratulations for not giving up, and keep going it, because keep doing it. Because one thing I would tell people is like, one, I tell my kids this all the time too. If you keep putting one foot in front of the other, I'm telling you, you're going to learn something. And I tell my daughter all the time, you got to get it right in order to understand how to, I mean, you got to get it wrong in order to understand how to get it right. Like I think we were taught backwards. It's like, oh no, you better not get this question wrong. You better get all the answers right on this and it. No, learning comes from experiencing how to get it wrong. Because then you can ask the right questions, you can kind of problem solve, you can do whatever you have to do. And once you learn how to do something and you get it right, I'm telling you, you're gonna know how, you're gonna know that skill forever. And y'all hear me say, I tell my kids this all the time, because one thing, if I'm sitting here talking to y'all for an hour and y'all see I can go an hour straight, we talk a lot. And I really do be telling them that, because it's the truth. It's like once you get it wrong, you're figuring out different ways. How can I get this right? How can I get this right? You learn a way, and then you will never forget that. Like, life is full of experiences. That's what we do. We're experiencing this thing called life, learning something and keep, that's what it's all about. Okay, last question, because it's almost an hour in, y'all. What's the most underrated crochet stitch in your opinion? The most underrated crochet stitch. Now, let me say this. My favorite crochet stitch is the double crochet. I love a good double crochet, but I think the most underrated one is the half double crochet. Like, I don't see a lot of people talk about half double crochet that much. I know there's a lot of people that love the triple crochet. That's my least favorite stitch. I love being able to wrap the yarn around, but I don't really love that stitch because it's such a long stitch. But I think half double crochet has to be my next favorite stitch. And I think with it being my next favorite stitch, sometimes it's a one that I don't hear a lot. I don't hear a lot of people talk about the half double crochet. And then, oh, I'll have to say too, another least favorite is a single crochet, because whoo, and that's amigurumi all day. But whoa, I'm using a mix of half double crochet and slip stitches. Oh, for the body of a men's sweater. So much fun. See, I love half double crochet. You saw me say, and this is Nova. Nova, congratulations on that men's sweater, because I know it's going to be awesome. And I said, oh, for the slip stitch, because whoo, slip stitches make me want to just be like, oh. But I love the half double crochet. I agree totally. And it's a lovely stitch to create. Yes, I really love the half double. I think half double crochet, half double crochets are beautiful. And look, I think, y'all, I said half double crochet and I started half double crocheting. And no, good and well, this is supposed to be double crochet. But half double crochets are beautiful. And I've seen people make hats out of half double crochet. I really, really love the stitch. That's like one of my favorite stitch. But I mean, well, one that I feel like is underrated. But my all-time favorite definitely is my go-to of this double crochet that I'm having such a hard time trying to put on this thing today. But I'm going to end it there, y'all. Let's see. I think we got everything. I answered everything. I'm going to end it there. This yarn is trying to give me a hard time. Let me show y'all what all we got finished, because listen, we got some stuff done. I am on the last row. Let me show y'all. I'm on the last row here of the ruffles. This is how the ruffles look. I think it's cute. I love the half double crochet with blanket yarn. You know, one thing I said I wanted to challenge myself with Miss Angie was to try to do the blanket yarn with actually creating a blanket. I never did that. I always used it for like amigurumi, but never did a blanket. So that may be a nice project for myself. Half double crochet in a blanket out of blanket yarn. Have a great night. You too, Nova. You have a great night. And listen, I hope that sweater, I know it's going, I'm not going to hold nothing. I know that sweater's going to be amazing. I was going to say, I hope it turned out amazing. It's going to be amazing. Thank you for streaming tonight. So, Unicornists, thank you for joining me. Like I always say, y'all, thank y'all so much for being the most amazing parts of my crochet experience, because listen, I love coming on Wednesdays and chatting it. And I, like I said in the beginning, I don't know how y'all let me miss last Wednesday. Y'all should have been like, where you at? Where you at? But it totally slipped my mind. But I am honored to be here today just crocheting, y'all. I will put a short up when I'm finished this hat. I have another hat that I'm going to work on. And y'all, I will actually be back next week. I hope y'all have the most beautiful, amazing rest of your week. If y'all have any snow, ice, be safe, be careful, enjoy yourself. Always smile through it all. Understand that, listen, nothing, it's not happening to you. Like, listen, you're nothing in this life is this. People are like, they may say, like, listen, the snow is coming. This is terrible. This is bad. Listen, whatever is happening is going to happen. You try to make the best out of what is happening. You have the most amazing experience. You create that experience within the snow, within this weather, because they're trying to say this on the East Coast, we're going to get such bad weather. Listen, I'm not worried about the weather. It's what we're going to make the best out of what we do get. I'm understanding in life how to make the best out of every situation, because it's going to be what it's going to be. But is what I choose to bring to the table in the midst of whatever it is. So I want y'all to have the most beautiful week. And I want y'all to be safe so that we can chat it up next week. And y'all could probably tell me about all the snow that y'all get. I enjoyed your live. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. I enjoyed you being here. You have a wonderful week too, Miss Angie. Everybody have a wonderful week. Good night, good night, good night. Until next time, remember, I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, Lady Simone, and I will see you next time. Y'all have a good night. Be safe.